Live from Manchester Morgue mostly contains spoilers. Mostly.
This is not a dream. We are using your preferred podcast provider as a receiver.
Hello, welcome back to Live from Manchester Morgue with me, Gary, and over there that you can't see is Ken.
Well, they can't see you either.
No, but it didn't make it any less true, does it?
Oh, yeah, no.
Hello, Ken.
Hello. I like your t-shirt, by the way.
Thanks very much. I'm wearing an Exorcist 3 t-shirt.
William Peter Blatty's Exorcist 3.
Yeah, if anyone cares. So we're a horror film podcast, but what sets us apart from all the other horror podcasts where two middle-aged white men talk about horror films is not very much. But we do have like a theme, a hook, and that theme is normally we take two films we think would make for a really good double bill and we have a chat about why. Sometimes the links are fairly obvious.
Like tonight.
Sometimes, tonight they're obvious. Sometimes not so much, but tonight, essentially French and horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we're doing, Martin, well, the other way around, sorry, inside.
Inside Martyrs. Ever since, I can't remember the first time we did it, but ever since a few episodes ago, my notes are titled.
Oh, we've got a snazzy title, right?
So it's Insarters.
Insarters, okay.
Yeah, so
that's good.
Inside first and then Martyrs.
Inside then Martyrs, yeah. French and horrible.
I'm going to try and pronounce.
I've been working on my pronunciations today.
Yeah, yours are pretty good.
Thank you. So before we get properly underway, just like to say, if you have been listening to the show and you enjoy it, give us a little thumbs up or a rating on your podcast platform of choice, because these things do help us to reach new listeners. So normally, actually, I say, what have you watched first and then do news, but I think we're going to both talk about something that we've both seen, so I'll do the news bit first.
Okay.
So Gremlins 3 has apparently been greenlit.
Yeah. From relatively official sources.
Yeah, it seems like. I mean, it's been studio hell, hasn't it, for a while? But apparently, it's a thing.
No, it's like Joe Dante's saying.
Joe Dante's saying it.
Spielberg is involved as a producer.
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, fine.
I mean, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Don't know how good it'll be. If they stick to puppets, great. But who knows?
Yeah.
Alien Earth officially renewed for season 2.
Yeah, season 2 and 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's get season 2 out of the way first, eh?
Yeah.
And, right, just before we started recording, I read about a new film, a feminist horror film coming out called Candy.
Okay.
Which is about vagina dentata.
Oh, yeah. We've not had one of them in a while.
But, I mean how many do you need?
You don't need a lot.
I mean, it's just a weirdly niche thing to do, considering there is already a horror film about it. Which is
very specifically.
I mean, I don't think it'd be possible to make a horror film about vagina dentata without making it feminist.
Yeah. It's for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's literally called Teeth.
Yeah, it's really good as well. I really enjoyed it when I watched it. I only watched it last year, I think.
Yeah.
But it was great, huh? Yeah, so there's another one of those coming along.
Another vagina
dentata.
Demon vagina.
Yes. Anyway.
I'm still not afraid of them, so job not done.
Teeth.
Well, yeah.
Right. So what have you watched since we last spoke?
Well, we'll both go. I watched Predator Badlands, which isn't really a horror film anymore.
No, but it's Predator in it, so it's adjacent.
Yeah, I absolutely fucking loved it.
You were well into it, weren't you?
Yeah.
Cool. Glad to hear it.
Were you not? Were you not?
I don't know what I was expecting. It just I feel like the best kind of thing I can say is that I clearly wasn't the market audience for it. I don't think it was intended for me. I think it weirds me out that they've made one that is clearly directed at a younger audience, because it kind of got rid of so many of the things that have become established in my Predator headcanon. Well, it's not headcanon, it's actual canon.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mix. So what I think... So...
Spoilers.
Trachtenberg... I'm not even going to spoil, really, but like...
It's a Predator film. There's not much to spoil, is there, really?
Yeah, Trachtenberg made his Predator film. He made it in Prey, and it was really good.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to play around in kind of the pool of the franchise lore, and he did Killer of Killers.
Yeah, which was also great.
And now he's completely retooled what a Predator film means, and that's really hard to do and not completely fuck it up, and I don't think he completely fucks it up.
I think it is, but at the same time, I found it kind of... It was like a Star Wars film.
I thought it was like one of the Dark Horse comics.
Oh,
one of the
maybe,
original,
I know there's a lot more stuff out there that I don't know because I've not read it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't. I mean, there's people that vocally hate it because it's not a Predator film.
Well,
Not like Dad's
I
Predator
didn't
film.
hate it for that. As I said, the kindest thing I can say is that it wasn't for me, and that's fine because it was clearly designed to entice a younger audience in. And my kid is 10; he hasn't seen Predator. He's probably not going to watch it for a bit on account of the language and the violence in it. He can watch this, and he'll probably get into the Predators.
Yeah, I think if you showed him, I mean, you're not going to, but if you were to show him all back to back, he'd probably enjoy Badlands more.
Well, he would, yeah. But this is it. It's aimed at someone else, and that someone else, is a younger audience to me, and it's fine. I don't hate it. I just wasn't that into it. Yeah,
I think there's some moments that even I was like, okay, Dan, you've played a lot of video games. This is a video game moment. There's a particular moment with a power loader.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, this was written by a stoned 15-year-old.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's a fun time. It just wasn't for me.
So that's Predator Badlands.
What else have you watched? I don't think I've watched anything else in the last couple of weeks.
I watched Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Oh.
Which I loved very greatly.
Good.
It's a big, fat, gothic romance. Well, actually, it's a bit of a romance. It's not... There isn't a love affair in it, so to speak. It's more about Victor... It's less about the monster, more about Victor and how much of a complete and utter psychotic villain he is, consumed by, Oedipal urges and, narcissism and all this stuff. Oscar Isaac is fantastic.
Bit of Oedipal complex going in.
A lot of Oedipus. Another dual role from Mia Goth, another one. So, obviously, for anyone that knows the trilogy Pearl X Maxine, the first X Pearl Maxine, the first one X, the villain is like an elderly woman that like murders a bunch of people. That is Mia Goth in heavy
fucking
makeup.
love X,
which I didn't know until after I'd seen X.
And
she does it again in Frankenstein. She plays Victor Frankenstein's mother in the opening of the film.
Crikey.
Literally, all they do is just change her eyebrows, and she's unrecognisable. It's crazy.
Testament to the power of Mia Goth's acting skills.
She's
no
insane.
Doubt.
But yeah, it's really good. Jacob Elordi, considering I think he was swapped out in the 11th hour from Andrew Garfield.
Was he?
It's really weird. But Jacob Elordi's fantastic as the monster. It's really cool. It's like Guillermo del Toro, so there's everything that he loves, like clockwork, puppet work.
Well, there's a lot of clockwork in there in Del Toro films.
Yeah, there's a lot of like machinery and like bodies and cadavers and goopy bits and.
Yeah, he likes all that. Well, weirdly, I started rewatching Hellboy 2 because we were talking about it on the last episode with my son because he really liked the first one, and I've not got that far in. I think we're about 48 minutes in or something.
It's very precise, 48 minutes.
I looked at the timestamp so I know where to pick it up from. 48 minutes, and I recognised what you're saying about, because obviously with Hellboy you've got Cronin, who's made of clockwork. Yeah. And then you've got Kronos' film, which is about clockwork scarab vampire thing. Mm-hmm. And then, there's more clockwork, more tiny little things running about that try and eat you. Yeah. Or get eaten.
Or the little tooth fairies.
The little tooth fairies at the beginning, I was thinking how similarly he does that in Pan's Labyrinth, doesn't he? They've got the little fairies in that as well. Yeah. It's just about all the little things.
He likes things in jars as well.
Yeah, things in jars. He likes his wet specimens.
Wet specimens. That's a good way of putting it. So that's what. There's one scene in Frankenstein that my partner on the couch next to me was just like, she's got white with a queasiness.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just like, this is beautiful. And it's Victor Frankenstein building the monster. He's got this vast laboratory full of like chopped up cadavers, and there's no like music, there's nothing to emphasize the fact that this is disgusting, because I don't think Guillermo del Toro thinks it's disgusting.
No,
it's all quite beautiful.
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it? If you're that way inclined.
Yeah, so that was really good. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
The last one I watched was Keeper, Osgood Perkins' Keeper.
Well, he's knocking them out, isn't he, at the moment, him?
He is.
18 films in the last 6 months or something.
He is, but I kind of wish he wouldn't.
Is it?
So-
No? Oh, okay. Was Tatiana Maslany in this one?
Yeah, she's fantastic in it.
She's always
in everything.
fantastic. We like it. Come on the show, Tatiana, because you're definitely going to listen
No,
to
because
this.
I'm about to slack off to keep her, so...
Oh. She's not going to listen to this anyway.
Okay.
Imagine she did. Imagine she
come on the
started listening
show,
to this.
Tatiana, you're not going to listen to
Imagine
this.
she listened to this, got in touch, and then 2 minutes later went, actually, no, fucking forget
Well,
it.
she's amazing in it. I can't remember the actor's name. It's a two-hander. There's like 3 actors in the whole film, and the guy that plays her boyfriend is also fantastic, and I haven't seen him in anything before. She is amazing. It's basically a really well-made, really intricate, visually intricate build-up, like kind of essay on strange relationships and kind of different kind of facets of like male and female reactions.
It doesn't sound like you're slagging it off yet.
But then there's a third act that just has a big reveal, and you're like, oh, okay, that's where it's going.
Oh.
Fine.
Disappointing.
And there's some really cool creature design which turns up in the final act, and I really love good creature design. But at the end of it, I was like, you really did build up to something that was essentially the plot of a Twilight Zone episode.
Oh.
So
I
yeah,
haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But I don't know. I'm not put off that.
it's not bad because Osgood Perkins is a fantastic filmmaker.
And it's got Tatiana in it, so
It's definitely, of his recent crop, it's his weakest.
right. Okay, that's fair enough. Well, Tatiana, if you are listening, you know, I hope you considered coming on the show for at least a minute before Ken slagged off your new film.
I really loved you in Ginger Snaps too.
Right. Should we get into it? Because we've got 2 really good, fun, horrible films.
We have
It's not fun at all.
potentially one of my favourite horror films of all time in this.
Well, Martyrs, I think, is... Well, we'll go into that in a minute.
Yeah,
So I've got a nice little introduction that I prepared for this bit.
go ahead.
Right. So last time in the show, we had a good time, very light-hearted. We did what werewolves do in the shadows.
Yeah.
Not this time. We're going to have a bad time. But I'm going to preface this with a quote from Simon Pegg when he was discussing Blue Velvet in the Criterion Closet.
Good metal band name.
Yeah. Sometimes entertainment is an overrated function of art. Sometimes being made uncomfortable is the point. Sometimes being repulsed by something is the point. And I think that leads us neatly into tonight's 2 films.
That's a good quote from Peg. He talks some shit nowadays, but
Yeah, but I thought that was a banger for this specifically, and it explains a lot about why people we can. I wouldn't say I enjoy these 2 films, but I watch them, and I've seen Martyrs more than once now,
Well,
and I'll watch it again.
Yeah, as we all go into it, that's kind of the point.
Yes.
And I know that it's obvious to say that's kind of the point. So, bit of history on
Okay, because these are regarded as part of the new French Extremity.
the new French Extremity. Yeah. So, as you have said, Pascal Laugier.
I say Laugier, I think.
Laugier?
Pascal Laugier.
Pascal Laugier. He rejects this idea, but Martyrs specifically, of the 2 films that we're going to do, Inside and Martyrs, Martyrs is seen as the quintessential film of the era, even though the new French Extremity is classed as it stretches back into the 90s and into the 2000s. The term itself was coined by Canadian film historian James Quant. New French.
You really don't want to pronounce that surname wrong, do you?
Quite, yeah.
Wasn't the shit he got in school?
Oh God, that's why he became a film historian.
Yeah, probably.
New French Extremity and New French Extremism was coined by James Quant for the art magazine Art Forum. The critic developed the phrase as a pejorative in order to describe a unique group of transgressive films that appeared in French theatres beginning in the 1990s and through 2000s. Quant it's a hard name.
I'm telling you.
Quant described them as, this is a great quote,
Right.
cinema suddenly determined to break every taboo, to wade in rivers of viscera, spumes of sperm, to fill each frame with flesh nubile or gnarled, and subject it to all manner of penetration, mutilation, and defilement.
Go on, bring it on, cinema.
I mean...
I read that very same quote the other day while I was researching this for the show.
Yeah. So nice guy. I mean, he meant that
He's
as
not
like
wrong.
an insult, but, you know.
Oh, did he? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's pretty on point, but also not a negative.
Yeah, I think he was writing because of the, you know, it's wanton confrontational content, but as we will learn, as I will teach you, it's quite the new French Extremity era is runs parallel to political kind of changes and climate in France at the time. So during the years that these films were produced, France faced contentious debates around national identity, immigration, the influence of the far right, notably the rise of Jean-Marie Le Pen and the National Front.
Still fucking going, isn't she?
Yeah.
See, I don't think it's part of it, but was Lehane wasn't around the same time? Came out around the same time, didn't it?
Early to mid 90s, so the cusp at the start.
Yeah.
And I mean, New French extremism, New French extremity is often thought of as the big horrors like Inside, Martyrs, Hot Tension.
Hot Tension. Or, Switchblade Romance if you want to.
Yeah, Switchblade Romance. Trouble All Day, which has Beatrice Starr in it as well. But I mean...
There's loads of them, isn't there?
There's loads of them. It's not just
Frontiers.
Horror. Frontiers as well. Xavier Gen's Frontiers, which was before these two. So... Frontiers heavily talking about the political element of New French Extremity. Frontiers starts with the riots, 2005
right.
Paris riots.
I've got it on DVD because I found it in a charity shop, like I always do, but I've not watched Frontiers yet.
Yeah, it's very good. The beginning is the Paris riots, and then the main protagonist flee into the countryside, which kind of holds a kind of inbred Nazi family.
Great.
That torture and stuff. So it's very... Politics comes into these two films specifically, although not on the surface. There's a reading of Inside, which we're going to talk about now, that it is a metaphor for the immigrant invasion.
Okay.
In that Sarah, the protagonist, is kind of France.
She's France, and
she's
Beatrice Dahl is the evil woman who's called La Femme, right?
La Femme, yeah, she doesn't have a name.
She doesn't have a name, the woman.
And also, it's really notable that both of these films, specifically Martyrs, the protagonists are not Caucasian. They're of kind of immigrant descent.
Right. Okay.
So there's just, I mean, we're not going to go into that loads, but just to preface it, the things that you're going to watch if you watch Martyrs specifically off the back of listening to this, and you are confronted by it, and maybe you're offended by us that we introduced you to it, think about the subtext, think about what the world was like in France at that time.
Sure.
But yeah.
At the same time, if you don't want to care about all that and you just want something to make you feel uncomfortable and repulsed, they both will absolutely do that.
Yeah.
They're not for the squeamish, these films. I think Martyrs has more to say than Inside. I don't know if I buy that about it being a metaphor for French immigration.
I don't.
I mean, you could dress any old shit up as a metaphor for something and claim that it's more highbrow than it actually is. And I don't think you need to do that. I think I've said before, I don't necessarily think horror as a genre can go too far. It's supposed to horrify you, so you don't have to. You can just make a horrible film about horrible things happening to people, and we'll sit there and go, that's fucked up.
Another thing to remember as well is these are French films, and French are synonymous with, political upheaval and rebellion, and these films in particular are specifically designed to confront the viewer because fuck you, that's why.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't need to have a point beyond that, I don't think.
Yeah, but before we go into the main talk about the films, if you listen to this now and you're still unsure, both of these films feature horrific violence against women. Yeah. Almost constant violence against women in one of the films.
It's fucking grim.
They're relentless. Neither one of them has a good ending.
No, you don't watch these films looking for a good time or a good time at the end.
There's scenes of just quite disturbing self-harm, all sorts of shit.
There's self-harm, there's other people harming people, there's no sexual violence in it.
No.
Which, I mean...
There actually isn't, no.
I guess that's a bonus.
I think we love these films, and I personally think some of the violence, which makes me sound fucking weird, I think some of the violence in these films is actually beautiful. But I'll explain that. But if you just rather not have the stress of watching these things, even if you're a scholar of film and you want to watch all the things, just stay away from them right. if you don't have the stomach.
All right, we'll talk a bit about Inside first, and we'll do it that way around, as we discussed.
Did this get remade?
I don't
Did
know.
they both get remade?
Martyrs got remade, American remake. Yeah,
Good God.
I don't know if Inside did. Imagine remaking Martyrs.
I will never watch that film.
No, what's the point? It's up there with Wicker Man, isn't it? I mean, some remakes, we've talked about remakes and we've covered remakes on the show. Some of them are fucking great. But don't remake Martyrs. You're never, ever going to be anywhere close to as good as that.
And you're never going to be as good as Neil Labate, who made The Wicker Man so bad that it was memed for years to come.
Yeah, and it still is being memed. It'll never stop. Anyway, Inside, directed by Julien Maui and Alexandre Bustillo.
Right, you can say them. You
Boom.
can say them from now on.
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Beatrice Dalle and Alice in Paradis star.
I forgot to the other actress. I got Beatrice Dalle because Beatrice Dalle is like a force of nature and you can't forget her.
Yeah. She's terrifying in this.
Yeah, she's kind of terrifying anyway.
Yeah, I guess.
The first thing I watched her in was in college. We watched Betty Blue, which was really uncomfortable because you have to watch like this extended opening sex scene where the camera pulls out and there's two people humping on bed, and I had to like sit in the dark with a bunch of students in college and watch it. But yeah, she's even intense in that as kind of like this kind of, I don't know, the opposite of a manic pixie dream.
Yeah, she's wraith-like in this. She floats around in the dark.
Well,
committing violence.
I've got some great trivia for you, which I only found out about an hour ago.
Excellent.
I was doing a last hoover up of trivia. I was like, is there anything I've missed? Because I've got...
Getting them crumbs up off the carpet.
I've got the big 4K box set of this.
Trivia
and Martyrs, and they're great. But La Femme is based on Pinhead.
No way. All right, so that explains the kind of the dress and the skirty bit at the bottom. Right, that fucking makes so much sense. Holy shit.
Julien Maui is in an interview said they brought in reference pictures of Pinhead, and it's really funny.
Holy shit.
Because he's trying to describe to the journalist who Pinhead is, and of course we all fucking know, and he's like, oh yeah, he's this great guy and he's got this big robe and he's like a priest, and it's like, yeah, we know who he is, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, no lies told. There's a reason to watch it if you're curious. It's a Christmas film.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's all set around Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Great.
That's how half the conceits apply. Like she's waiting for someone turns up later to check in on her because she's pregnant. So it centres around a pregnant woman alone on Christmas Eve, essentially. And the guy comes to check up on her, essentially, because it's Christmas Eve and because she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And this homicidal woman who's managed to get into the house is there already because the protagonist has been locked in the bathroom. But it all seems very normal because the guy comes in and just assumes that this is her mum because he knows that her mum's supposed to be there as well.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go very well after that.
Doesn't end well not for anyone.
But it's a familial time of year. And
ends well for one person. Kind of.
Yeah, technically, yeah. So yeah, it's a home invasion film at its core, but I mean it's more than that, isn't it? It's just so viscerally violent.
Yeah, I'll mention this again when we're talking about Martyrs, but another thing to note about these films and a few films in the horror part of the Extremity era is the filmmakers who made these pieces of work, they deliberately made them because they were tired of Hollywood horror.
Sure.
So they were tired of what they were seeing coming out of other countries. So they were like, fuck it, French people are going to make some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So it's over the top. Like, I think even one of the by phrases that we use for over the top, Grand Guignol, comes from the French, like, theatre. So, like, they know how to do their shit. And it's very stylized horror as well.
Yeah, it is. But I like that. I think that's a great notion. I think if you're tired of the sanitized shit that comes out of Hollywood, and there's a lot of it. I'm not saying it's all shit, but there is a lot of it.
You would not get like a Hollywood film where there's like, what is it, like a 60-second shot of Beatrice Dalle's character like fading into the shadows.
Oh, that was perfect. That gave me fucking the hairs on the back of my neck stood up when I watched that. But yeah, because that kind of reminded me a little bit of The Strangers, which kind of must have aped that in a way. There's a bit in The Strangers, isn't there, where they kind of pan
I'd
across,
say so, yeah.
And then you get one of the guys with a sack on his head who just stood in the background. And you see Beatrice Dalle's character, La Femme, just her face just sort of illuminated in the darkness, and the protagonist can't see it. Shot. It's terrifying, where she just sort of disappears out of view. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was really impressed with that shot in particular.
There's another shot which we'll talk about, which is at the end of the film. Spoiler podcast, basically. So watch the films before you listen. But we're going to talk about the endings of both of these films.
Yes, we are. So there's a dawning realization that I had. So some cops turn up eventually because the protagonist has already been menaced by this woman at some point, but nothing bad has happened exactly yet. Nothing physically violent. She's turned up at the door of this woman and tried to get in, and she fucks off. So she calls the police, who turn up, have a look around the house, nothing there, and then the police fuck off. And it was at that point where this woman goes and sits back down. Before anything else happens, I went, this is why it's called Inside. Oh, it's nothing to do with the fact that she's got a baby inside her. She's inside the fucking house. And that's when I went all cold again.
Yeah.
This film really got me.
It's a very kind of ebb and flow of... it ebbs and flows between like danger, safety, and then complete fucking chaos in the last act. Those two coppers, I have an interesting trivia poll for anyone who's interested in such things like film and cinema and such. One of them is Tahar Rahim, who is an award-winning actor who gave award-worthy performances in films like A Prophet, The Mauritanian, and then he went on to be the antagonist in Madame Web, which, as we know, is the greatest superhero film.
Yeah, that's what I hear, yeah.
But yeah, I thought this so fucking random. I think he's the one that comes back as the weird zombie.
That's right, yeah.
Which is...
Does he get electrocuted in the head or something? Is it a taser?
He does, but it's one of the only disappointing things about watching all the special features of a big... the big deluxe editions they can buy. I watched all these special features, big massive interview with the directors, and you get to that bit and he's like, I just thought it'd be like just a nice jump scare, and you're like, what is behind this? You know, watching it as a film student, like, why is he coming back? Does it represent something?
Because it was cool.
Just thought it was cool.
Yeah, well, that's a good enough reason for me. I really like that before that bit. So essentially, these cops turn up again later. But two cops turn up. One of them dies, but the other cop, he's got like this criminal in his car who he brings in the house with him. Yeah, because he thinks this pregnant woman is in danger. Her life is in danger, which it clearly is. Yeah. And there's a fucking awesome scene where all the lights have gone off and he's trying to suss the breaker box out to make the lights come back on. Yeah. So he's got a gun in one hand, which he doesn't want to give to the criminal behind him, but he's giving the criminal the torch, and the criminal is trying to shine the torch on the breaker box so the cop can fix it, but he's shitting his pants, so he keeps like turning around and looking away from it, which takes more and more time. Yeah, it's such a tense scene. It's so perfectly done.
I think of both these films are quite contrasting in that Inside is much more of a traditional, like you say, it's a home invasion. Mm-hmm. It's much more of a tension building, everything. Because I mean, Martyrs is like an endless kind of fucking slog. Yeah. But yeah, I really love mechanically some of the stuff that's happening Inside. It's very Home Alone-ish in some aspects.
It's a little bit, yeah, but not as much fun as at all, really. It plays on quite a central common fear as well, someone being in your room while you're asleep, because there are a couple of shots where that happens. I think at least one in particular where La Femme is standing over what is the protagonist's name? Because I'm going to keep just calling her Sarah. Yeah. Thanks. So when Sarah is lying asleep, heavily pregnant, and then La Femme comes into her room, and I mean, it's awful just from that moment on, even though she doesn't do anything for a little while, and then she gets this pair of fucking scissors out. And yeah, nothing, I mean, violence does occur at that point, but she manages to escape.
That time,
yeah.
Yeah. This film both of these films have moments of beauty in terms of how they are shot. And I need to reinforce that I find some of the shot composition very beautiful. Like looking at a piece of art, particularly there's two shots in the ending of this film which I find strikingly beautiful, but they are horrific. So as we get towards the end, all right, the bad guy wins basically. Yes. The villain wins. La Femme manages to defeat the hard-fighting mother. Yeah. And she
gives it a good go.
She uses those gigantic, what they call dressing scissors.
Yeah.
To cut through her belly button and pull the baby out.
Yeah, she gives her a cesarean with scissors. Yeah. Via an incision to the navel, and then cuts up the outside of her stomach into her womb.
Don't ever think that the camera would be cutting away during these points, because you see all this quite up close. But before that, she's been burned
Yes, the La Femme, the antagonist, has been burned.
So she's very witch-like.
Yeah, she looks like a wizened crone at this point, yeah. And maybe like has basically got the injuries now to be your classic slasher, you might argue.
Yes, yeah. So it ends with 2 shots. One of Sarah kind of splayed on the stairs with her womb open and spilled onto the
yeah, blood all down the stairs.
It's almost like a Christ type pose, like the Madonna kind of like with all her entrails kind of.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to La Femme cradling the new baby in this rocking chair in the darkness as her face is burned and smoke coming off her.
Yeah.
God, it's incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great shot. You know, there's something to be said for filmmaking in terms of it looks great. That's the thing. It's not about sitting there going, oh yeah, I love watching women get forcibly cesarean.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that.
No, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
I appreciated it for how well done it was, and how much it made me squirm because it was fucking hard to watch.
Really interesting, just to go back to Osgood Perkins' Keeper, because inside has like striking imagery that kind of builds to this. I mean, it's the last 2 shots of the movie, so you've gone through this relentless kind of thing. Whereas like Keeper is Osgood Perkins' incredibly stylish director, and he litters the entire film with these like gorgeous abstract kind of shapes and shots, and it doesn't really lead anywhere useful. So that's a nice contrast.
Cool. I'd like to just dive into our regular feature. How many cats are in it?
None?
Oh no, there's 1 cat in it.
Oh, is there?
There's 1 cat inside. Yep, Sarah's cat.
Oh, she has. Oh, cat dies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cat dies. Yeah. You almost think for a second it's going to be okay, and you think maybe she's not a complete monster who wants to give this woman a forced C-section, but no.
Yeah.
The cat jumps onto the killer's lap while Sarah's locked in the bathroom, and she strokes it and stuff when the cat's having a good old
I remember now, yeah.
And she just wrings its neck, and it's horrible.
You know
what? My black cat Eddie, while I was watching that very moment, my black cat Eddie came and jumped on my lap and sat and watched it.
And you wanted to do the same?
No.
Okay.
No, he might have wanted it to happen. I don't know. I don't know what goes on in his head. He's a cat.
A bit weird like that.
Yeah.
Emo cat.
Emo cat.
Do you know why I didn't remember that? Because whenever I rewatch the film, I fast forward that bit.
Oh, well, you'd rightly so. Yeah, if you're a cat lover, just be aware that that's going to happen at some point.
I'm not blind to the fact that I will watch unblinking the C-section scene.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same.
The cat dying.
I'm the same.
Yeah. So both of these, it's not really trivia, but I have in my trivia sections. Both the sets of film, Pascal Laugier, you can say the names, but they moved on to Hollywood quite quickly, which is ironic considering they were railing against the conventional nature of Hollywood. But
well, sooner or later you're going to start making the man's die.
Yes.
Some sort of trope that I don't understand.
They made another French film. These two, the Inside filmmakers, made a film called Livide.
Oh, which is angry?
Great. Yes.
Livid.
Yeah.
But right.
Yeah. Which is a great vampire film, essentially.
Oh, cool.
With a very Suspiria esque
that sounds
vibe.
Great. All right.
Give that a shot.
Yep.
They also made a fantastic film called The Deep House, which is
I've not seen that one. Is that them?
Yeah, it's a ghost story set underwater.
Under the lake, in the lake.
Yeah.
The submerged house, sorry.
Yeah, and it's
hence the
scuba diving salvagers.
Oh, that's actually pretty good, is it?
It's a very
I keep
good
meaning to watch it. Is it on Shudder?
I think so. I think I rented it when it first came out. But
I'll get hold of that then. Yeah, sure. All right.
So they would go on to that. They've got a bit more of a positive history after Inside than our other filmmaker, but we'll get onto that.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Martyrs then. So, Martyrs is, in many ways, I think, if not our perfect horror film, possibly the perfect horror film. For a lot of reasons, just my personal opinion.
I was actually, I've got the new Eureka edition, the big 4K big box set. It's got loads of interviews, which are great. And I'm pretty sure that one of the journalists they interview about it says in many ways it is the perfect horror film. Yeah. So,
well, just the sheer volume in one way. Just there's so many different types of horror in it. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So this is directed by Pascal Laugier, Moyana Aloui, and Mylène Jampoinois.
I'm so glad that you wrote the names down.
Wrote them, rehearsed them, nailed it, mate.
Great.
Right. So we actually had a couple of bits of feedback about these films from some of our friends on the Blue Sky.
Okay, let's go.
Movie Postmortem podcast. They said, this is a film I wish I'd never seen. The imagery at the end is just too much for me. It is fucking bleak and grim. And then our friend Brian McCall, I like it when Brian replies. He's got something to say a lot of the time. It's nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, Brian. He said, I only saw it for the first time this year. It stayed with me for days. Bleak, brutal, and brilliant.
It does stay with you, yeah.
And it is bleak, it is brutal, and it is brilliant, you know. Just on a side note, my DVD, which I watched it on, has some really good trailers. It had Haute Tension, or Switchblade Romance, if you're feeling...
I'm just going to say Switchblade Romance.
If you're not feeling very French. Frontiers was on there. And Eden Lake, which is kind of, if it wasn't British, it could easily be a new French Extremity film.
Comes from a very similar political climate. Wait, actually...
Oh.
Didn't Pascal... say the name?
Laugier.
Didn't he make Eels, or them, they...
Oh, he might have done.
Which was essentially a French hoodie horror.
Right, yeah. Oh, did he actually make that?
That's the great film where you think a couple are being terrorised, very much like in Eden Lake, and you think it's otherworldly because there's an odd clicking sound, and it turns out at the end it was kids. And the clicking sound is like one of them clackers.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
That's a great film.
Yeah, I don't know if he made that, actually. I could Google it. Shall I Google it?
Yeah, go on.
Pascal. This, listeners, is journalism in action.
I hope they get you clacking, you furious clacking sounds.
I can touch type, but I can't do it because there's too much pressure on me. Pascal Laugier filmography. Filmographique. If you're did they say filmographique? Probably
I like
not.
how you went to the effort of writing filmography instead of IMDb.
I didn't know what to do. As I said, pressure. I can't do typing when I'm under pressure.
No one's they're listening, they're not watching.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't matter. It's freaking me out. Anyway. Oh, no, he didn't.
Maybe the others did.
Oh, he's known for something. Maybe he did. Hold on. Why is he known for Brotherhood of the Wolf? He didn't direct that.
He might have been involved.
No, he's assistant de Machimont. Machimont. I don't know what that means. That's what it says.
What are you looking at?
It's in French on the IMDb because obviously I ended up getting to the IMDb. It says he's known for Brotherhood of the Wolf and his role was assistant de Machimont. Machemort. Machimont. I don't know what it means.
Assistant. I don't know. Machimon's like machine or is he a key grip or some shit? I don't
fucking know. But yeah, well, anyway, that film that you're on about isn't in there on his filmography anywhere. So he directed The Tall Man.
Yeah, so I was going to go into that. That was his Hollywood film, which is a great kind. It was his first film. It's good. It has a nice thematic upturn at the end, a bit of a twist.
Just while we're talking about this, can we do Brotherhood of the Wolf and pair it with something? Because I fucking love Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Absolutely love that film.
Yeah,
Christoph Gans.
Oh,
we could do Brotherhood of the Wolf and Silent Hill.
Oh yeah, well we were going to do.
They're not linked, but the same guy made them.
We were going to do Jacob's Ladder and Silent Hill, though.
Oh no, that's good. That's good.
We'll find one for Brotherhood.
Spoilers for a future episode.
Anyway, back to Martyrs.
So
he didn't make that film, but he did make it.
But Eden Lake, yeah, is a good port, and it does remind me of that Eels.
Sure. So apparently Pascal Laugier wrote this while he was clinically depressed.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, yeah, it's a film about pain, and it is obviously, physically and mentally very much about pain.
Yeah.
And he described it as a very Catholic film, which also makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's very kind of the undertones that we're talking about, let's say maybe they're political, but they're also very religious. Religion's kind of a politics. Who knows?
Yeah, religion is politics, isn't it? Absolutely.
Before I go into a bit of an anecdote, which I think I've shared on a previous podcast, I can't remember. He was inspired by Eli Roth's Hostel.
All right.
So it's really interesting that most filmmakers of the horror films of French Extremity, as we mentioned, were spurred on by their lack of faith in the Hollywood horror system. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting that the director of this film saw a film which coined the term torture porn in the US, in the West, and were like, yeah, I can do that better.
Yeah, I don't think it is better.
Yeah, and it's not, it's not like Hostel. Hostel is, for all intents and purposes, meant to be. It's fodder. It's meant to be funny in places.
Yeah, it's Human Centipede-esque, I guess, in that kind of respect. Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, well, you should take Martyrs seriously.
Yeah, Martyrs is not... Nothing funny happens in Martyrs at all.
So my anecdote is when I was living with a flatmate a few years back, Levi, he's probably never going to listen to this, but he was a nice guy. And he was like, "You like films, Ken? Let's
You
watch
recommended
one of your films. Do you like horrors?" And I'm like, "I got something. I got something for y'all." And I didn't want to like shock him in any way. I genuinely wanted to watch Martyrs again, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll put it on." So I put it on. We watched it in silence. To his credit, he didn't really like talk during it. We gets to the end, and we're going to talk about the end, but we gets to the end, and I just turned to him in the dark, and I just said, "That was really beautiful, wasn't it?" And he just stared at me and was like, "You're a fucking weird guy, Ken." So that's kind of the essence of your engagement with Martyrs.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not into these sort of extreme... If violence is something that makes you squeamish, I think we've already said, haven't we, that neither of these films are probably going to be for you. If it is and you want to be challenged by something, then these will do it. And I said before, I think Martyrs is possibly the perfect horror film. I mean, if I can just do it, I've written down some notes about some of the things that happen in it.
Yeah.
So I'll run through it. So it opens up with this child who's escapes from somewhere doing something. You don't know what's happened, but they're clearly in a bad way. They've been tortured, etc. Then it flips to 15 years later, and there's this home invasion in broad daylight.
Yes.
Which makes it lulls you into a false sense of security. Home invasion. The father opens the door to be blown away very violently with a double-barrel shotgun. The protagonist then wanders around killing everyone, including 2 children.
Yeah.
And it doesn't shy from that. Well, one's 18, so still a kid, I guess.
Yeah.
And then his younger sister, they both get blown away by the shotgun. I get very graphically, very visibly, no shying away from that. And there's 2 of these people sort of orchestrating this home invasion. One of them's kind of in on it, but one of them's doing it, and the other one kind of doesn't really exactly know what the other one's going to do when she gets to the house. And it's anyway, so the one that does the killing, she starts being chased in the house, then that she's murdered all these people in by this weird demonic contortionist fucking naked crone
another
thing.
hag
Hag that's running up and down stairs and chasing her about. Jumps on her and starts slashing shit out of her back very graphically with a straight razor, a razor blade. So her friend turns up when she realises what's going on and helps her start burying the bodies. The mum that was murdered isn't actually dead, wakes up in the shower with her dead kids on top of her.
Yeah.
Right? Then the thing comes back and it's like crawling across the floor towards this woman who escapes again. And this is the woman who's done the killing. She's being chased by this thing.
Yeah.
She finds her friend trying to sort of rescue the mum who's actually still alive, and puts a stop to that by beating the mum to death very graphically with a hammer. Yeah. And then you realise that what's happening here is that she's escaped from this thing. She's the kid from the beginning who's escaped from the thing. She's gone there to kill this family because she thinks the parents at least are involved in whatever this thing was that happened to her. She was involved in the kidnapping, the torture, blah, blah, blah. And the thing that's chasing her, you see is a manifestation, essentially a mental manifestation of a repressed memory that she had of a woman that she saw while she was escaping, who was also being tortured and couldn't speak and tried to shout for help, couldn't do it, and she left her there. And then Christ knows what happened to that woman, probably died. And then she commits suicide with a knife. She does it with razor blades straight down the middle of her arms.
I really don't like that.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's really, really... I mean, so much already has been hard to watch that I'm describing.
And then the film starts.
Yeah, and then the film gets going.
That's the first 30 minutes.
That's the warms you up. Those are some morsels to warm you up. And then, yeah, so you can take it from there if you want.
Oh, God.
That's all. Yeah, it's the first 40 minutes or so, isn't it?
So, it's a bit of a mystery. It's a bit of a puzzle box, and like the director specifically like designed it like this. If anything, when I was rewatching it, I have watched it quite a few times for my sins. But when I was rewatching it, I always thought I don't like to cast aspersions on how films are made and suggest that I could do it better because I really fucking can't. But do you not think that opening in the orphanage should have come after the home invasion, like a flashback. Because I
Maybe.
feel like that home invasion would have just been bam, like you're right in there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, maybe that could have served as like the end credits, because the end credits is kind of like footage of the two girls as kids.
Yeah.
Maybe there.
Yeah.
You know, like how, I don't want to spoil it, right? Just if you haven't seen Lake Mungo, which we're probably going to cover on the
it's
show,
creepy that.
it's creepy as well. Yeah, but there are some reveals at the end of Lake Mungo, which when you look back, it kind of paints their film in a whole new light. I think maybe Martyrs could have done that if they'd done that scene at the end credits.
Yeah. But the film is what we got it, and I wouldn't change it for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's fucking excellent anyway. But yeah, like I say, it's a puzzle box. You genuinely don't know what's going on right until the last shot.
But the thing that is horrible to watch Martyrs, not from the perspective of the violence, it's the escalation of. So as you just explained, the one of the main characters is being pursued by this horrible, contorted, like scarified thing, and then almost when she kills herself, you realise that this thing is imaginary, and you're like, oh, thank God that doesn't really exist. And then you realise that not only in that house is another one of those things that is real, it's actually a tortured woman, and our other protagonist is going to be turned into that. And so, it's a film about pain. It's a film about overcoming struggle. The film is called Martyrs. Right before the end credits, you got the definition of martyr to mean witness.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's about witnessing so much that you have this epiphany, you transcend. At one point, the deuteragonist, the second protagonist, kind of her mate's killed herself.
Mademoiselle. Protagonist, sorry. No,
so there's a hint, it's not overt, but there's a hint that they're lovers as well. So there's a queer subtext running through it as well.
Sure.
But she gets...
Well, I think she tries to kiss her, doesn't she? She does kiss her, then she says, oh, what are you doing? So I don't think it's reciprocated.
That's right, yeah.
Unrequited is the word I'm looking for then.
Yeah, that's right, which is its own kind of like thing to unpack.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, we discover that... Well, we're still on the ground floor of the house at this point. So still, and we find a woman, like she's got, oh God.
She finds this woman.
She's got a metal visor screwed
stapled
to her face.
With those U-shaped staples that you put bits of like wires on fences with. Them bashed into her skull and obviously it covered her eyes up so she can't see.
And then it gets removed.
Then they take it off with like sticky, stringy things because it's obviously been on for so long. Like her skin underneath it, and the moisture from her eyes has made it stick to her face anyway. And they pull it off and the staples coming out is, she's in a bath at this point, which somehow makes it worse. I don't know.
And she starts self-harming.
And then, I mean, this is why I think a perfect horror film, just because there's so much going on to horrify you. It's just like horror, this, bam, bam.
It sounds
it
trite
seems
to
like there's
say.
something supernatural is going on, but kind of isn't. But then you've got the home invasion, you've got all this really graphic horror going on.
It seems kind of really trite to say, but it's like a relentless assault.
It is. It really is.
And then
it actually literally becomes a relentless assault
against the character.
Yeah.
So she discovers, I think she goes downstairs first, and she discovers that this perfect suburban home houses a dungeon of sorts.
Yeah.
And
that's where she finds the woman with this eye staple.
Oh yeah, and she finds all the pictures, which are obviously of martyred individuals from history. Including up until recently, I think some of the victims.
Yeah, some of them were. People who've been ill and morphine no longer works for the pain. Some of them people who were literally murdered by military forces and things like that, who just basically had to undergo long-standing amounts of pain, like for hours and hours of pain. And
then we find out very clean, official-looking people turn up, knock her unconscious, and she meets a character called Mademoiselle, who is the leader of this, or one of the leaders of this faction.
Absolute bastard.
Who are a rich cast of people that put individuals through great hardship and torture in the hopes that they will transcend and you could witness. And unlock some sort of mystery. Some sort of mystery about the afterlife or whatever. That's the point of
of what happens to this woman.
Yeah, and then that happens.
Yeah, so they lock her in a cell she can't escape from.
Yeah.
This guy comes in and beats shit out of her every day. It's horrible.
Who goes to live in the house?
Who goes to live
with
in the
his
house?
family.
Yeah. So every day he just pops down, beats her up a bit. They cut her hair off. They humiliate her, debase her.
No sexual assault.
No sexual assault again, which again is, I guess, a bonus.
Which I think is to the director's credit, because it would be very easy to include that as a hardship that a woman would have to go through.
Well, then he went on and did that with his next film, didn't he? Which was Incident in a Ghostland.
Oh yeah,
which is a lot of that.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a bigger fan of that. I don't think. Anyway,
So yeah, she gets repeatedly beaten, like you say, debased, fed like gruel, hair shaved, everything.
Yeah.
And where they discover that she is close. No, yeah, they discover that she's close already, and
yeah, she lasts longer than anyone else, doesn't she? And they kind of realise that she actually might have the resilience to pull this off, where so many other experiments have failed.
I think a couple of the reasons, occasionally we'll talk about a film and we'll just rattle through the entire fucking plot.
Yeah.
And I think for this film, and whenever we've done it before, it's because you need to kind of have all the details before you jump in, or you need to you need us to repeat what you've just seen if you've just seen it, because you did fucking see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she reaches the end of her ebb, and basically they take her upstairs and flay her alive.
Yeah, they flay her alive, and you kind of get a hint that they're doing that because they kind of spread eagle her, and you don't see them. Guy gets scissors out.
I assume without anaesthetic.
More scissors. There's French fucking scissors with these films. Yeah,
without anaesthetic.
No, there won't be anaesthetic, will there? So you see her face contort in pain as these scissors go to work, and then eventually they bring her up to this audience of this society that we were talking about.
Yeah,
and
she's on a rack,
she's manacled onto a rack with just the skin on her face is left and nothing else.
Yeah.
She's all moist and
moist is horrible.
She glistens.
Yeah, it's very wet, this film.
Yeah, it is a very wet film, but it's fucking horrible. And then a cracking ending, deliberately ambiguous. So she's sort of staring at the ceiling as if like all these other pictures she's seen of the martyrs that have.
We go inside. We go inside at one point. The camera goes in her eye.
Yeah.
There's the cosmos, and it's like.
And yeah.
Are we seeing that, or like is that like
Yeah. You don't really know. But the mademoiselle who's orchestrated all this goes over to her and says, "What do you see?" And she whispers something, which you don't find out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the other guys in the society says, "Well, was there anything there?" She says, "Yeah." So what did she say? And she just says, "Keep doubting."
Yeah.
And then she shoots herself.
She tops herself.
Yeah.
So takes the makeup off though first.
She takes her makeup off first. Yeah, prepares herself for suicide. And what did you see? Just keep doubting, and that's it. Shoots herself in the mouth, and you don't know what was said. And there are many, many interpretations of what that all meant. I think
my recent rewatch, seeing that text before the credits, the martyr to mean witness, it's like, is it because we have witnessed what we have just witnessed, like we have gone through the hardship as a viewer,
vicariously,
and we should doubt, or I don't know, but.
Well, one reading, I don't know, it's not necessarily a reading of a theory of what was said, more a reading of why she topped herself, because she spent her whole life devoting herself to finding out what if anything, there is. And whatever she gets told, she now knows the answer and realises there's nothing else to know, so that's it. She's done with it.
Yeah, I guess that is in itself is a condemnation of violence and violence against each other to reach pointless means. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you can look at it any way you want, I suppose. But yeah, it stays with you. I've seen it. I think that was my third watch, and every time I've watched it, I've got to certain bits and gone, "Oh." Yeah. I went, "Oh," again.
So, one of the things I wanted to mention for both of these films actually is it's really important to know, watching films in this era, French cinema didn't love horror. So you think that these horrific films were coming out of the country, and you're like, oh, France is like a horror country. It's not. Like, especially in the 2000s, they didn't like horror. French cinema is something built on the auteurs. You think about Cahiers de Cinema, who birthed like Francois Truffaut and Jean-Luc Godard. They were about realistic drama and like pushing the boundaries of like narrative. they weren't about people getting their head chops off and like that bit in Switchblade Romance where he's got the woman's skull giving him a blowjob.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I don't know why I thought
Thanks
that
for reminding me about that, yeah.
But they weren't given a lot of budget by producers and the French government. So these are films that are made at speed, on a budget. I mean, they're not cheap films, like €1 million or something, but they're made at speed on a budget and they look fucking beautiful. They look like they could have been made by top-end directors for a lot of money. They're very economical. Martyrs is like one location.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Apart from the orphanage, it's like one location, a couple of rooms. Inside is one house.
True.
It's... So...
I think Frontiers is just on a farm, isn't it?
Frontiers, yeah, the bit in the city, and then it's the farm. Yeah. But, yeah, these aren't products of a country that nurtured horror. So I think that's a testament to what these films have produced.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Right.
So a bit of trivia,
Yeah, sure. I'd love a bit of trivia.
Well, it's not really trivia, really. Kind of. It's kind of horrible. But
I didn't think it was going to be funny. But
the filmmaker made a film called The Tall Man with Jessica Biel, which is a nice kind of... it's a kind of kids in peril horror, but it has a nice little twist at the end.
Right.
Jessica Biel's good in it. But he also made a film called Incidents in a Ghostland. And he scarred his actress for life.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So
physically or just by...
Physically, yeah. There was a stunt that went wrong. There is elements of negligence, obviously, similar to anything that goes on the set. Think like Brandon Lee and all this shit.
Right, yeah.
Or like Alec Baldwin killed that guy recently. Killed
that
woman, sorry.
Yeah.
The main actress, her name escapes me at the moment, but there was a stunt involving glass, and she lacerated her face, and surgery could not fix it, and she has like a permanent scar for life, which has obviously affected her career.
Yeah, of course.
So,
well, I'd have had lots of things, wouldn't it? But yeah, that's...
So yeah, I don't think he's done much after that.
I don't know. There's a bit more controversy about that, isn't there? Because the protagonist, there were two antagonists in Incident at Ghostland. There's a big sort of imbecile who's clearly supposed to be sort of mentally challenged in some way. So it's sort of, playing to those stereotypes that I thought had died out. And the other one appears to be like a transgender woman. So why?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's come out and said anything about those, but I don't know.
It's also a heavily kind of Lovecraftian film. Who is, and Lovecraft's in it at one point, I think. Notorious racist Lovecraft. But
what do you mean he's in it?
He's in it. Like, there's a scene in Incidents in a Ghostland where they go in like a dream sequence, and he's in.
Is he? I thought you meant like as an actor. I was like, well, he can't be.
Oh, well, obviously not. No,
I don't know what you meant.
Yeah,
I don't remember that bit.
But the character's in it.
All right.
I've only seen it once. I don't remember hating it, but I also noted the things that you've just said.
Again, it's very effective. I think I rated it 3 stars or something because I took a star off because it made me feel bad about certain things. But
you need to go and take objectively a because he almost killed his actress.
Well, yeah, he's not having no stars now. He can fuck off.
Yeah.
But whereas I felt like that one kind of lacked a point, whereas Martyrs speaks volumes about things or makes you think. This one just seemed like nasty for the sake of it, which again, I've said, don't think that's necessarily a minus point for horror in the genre, but I can also say, well, it wasn't to my taste and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy I liked Martyrs. I didn't enjoy it. It's hard to put it into words how I feel about it.
It's an interesting trajectory though, isn't it? I mean, arguably, I was going to think of Alexandra Aja, who made Switchblade Romance, but... Yeah. I think
Did he not do something else that was a bit silly?
In France.
Piranha or something.
Yeah, he did Piranha 3D.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which is fucking loads of fun, yeah.
He also did the Hills of Eyes remake, which I love.
Oh, yeah, that's not silly. That's quite serious as well.
Again, it's like...
It's a bit over the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, I mean...
But it's very extreme for the sake of extreme, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all of these filmmakers kind of started their career with these confrontational, in their country, trend-booking films, but then went on to make really enjoyable but kind of conventional films in the US. Alexandra Aja also made Crawl, that crocodile film.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
But yeah, so those are our 2 Extremity films.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's hear it for the French. A great bunch of lads.
Yeah. A great bunch of lads, unless you're talking about female.
Yeah, you're not having a good time in any of these films if you're a woman.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Well, that wraps up this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you feel inclined, tune in next time for something. Who knows? Could be...
We don't know what we're doing, really.
We don't know what we're doing at all.
No.
I've got a list of things.
On a day-to-day basis, I mean.
No, just generally don't know what we're doing. But we do still hope you enjoyed yourself. But yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with another fun slice of...
Life.
Yeah, film witticism for an hour out of your day. Do leave us a like, comment, subscribe, all that shite that we normally say. And thanks for listening. We'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Soon.
Bye.
Live from Manchester Morgue is an independent horror movie podcast, researched, written, produced and hosted by Gary Hames and Ken Talbot. New episodes air every 2 weeks on Spotify, Apple, YouTube and all major podcast providers. You can help us grow by leaving a rating or sharing the show with like-minded friends. If you want to get in touch, you can leave us a comment or email us at killertunes976@gmail.com.